So this topic is about self-transformation. How can we transform ourselves? So as we are going, I'm going to look at each one of you. I want to see each one of you. I want to connect to each one of you, and I want to see everyone. So during this session, you can write your questions on a paper, keep it written. And when the question session comes, you please ask me those questions. Questions that are very, very inner depth in your heart, or questions that are very confused. I would like to know, do we have any astrologers in this group? Do any one of you do readings on astrology? Are you aware of any astrologies? If anybody is there, please do express. If any one of you are astrologers or healers around here. Okay. So today's topic is more on self-transformation. What is the secret word of self-transformation? We all want to do that. Because as we go on in life, we experience a lot of things, good and bad. And then we always want to change something. We want to change that, change what's happening right now. And we think that, okay, let me put myself in a different position. Will I have a change? Can I shift everything in my life? And I also understand that many people explain to me that, this is my karma. I'm going to go through it. I mean, I have no choice. This is my karma. This is how I have to go. Yes, this is your karma, that you need to experience all this. But at the same time, you have a choice to shift those karmas. And there are techniques to shift those karmas, to understand. How are you going to use these information and guidance in your life? I am not sure. But there are a lot of truth that many people are not aware of it. Like, as I keep meeting a lot of people in my life journey, Mr. Surya introduced all of you to me, saying that, and Mr. Surya introduced me to all of you, saying that I scan and I do certain things. Of course, I do that. It's not just scanning, it's just that I connect with everything. When I'm in a particular place or with any kind of place, I connect with everything, and everything around me connects with me, whether they are good or they are positive. In the beginning of time, I felt that all these negative elements were very negative. I thought these negative elements are very negative and they cause a lot of destruction. Yes, they do cause a lot of destruction. But as time went on, I understood that every element in this creation, in this universe, they have their own pain, they have their own reasons, they have their own method and way, how they go and how they live or how they stay and why they manifest. Each one of us, today we are very much alive. We have this body, we are very alive, and tomorrow we will release this body and we become just souls. But there is a lot of important things we need to understand that how we want to move forward. The present karma and the past karma and the future. Everything is in your hand. So take your pen and write the questions that you have in your heart as we go stage by stage into each one of the transformation. So self-transformation will take place not outside of you. It has to take place inside of you. And before I go further in this whole topic, I have to say to all of you, so you have to also forgive me for any kind of differences or any kind of smallness. And let's, because we are imperfect human, where we are trying to be perfect all the time. So let's just go slowly, and I'll take stage by stage for you. In many experience of spiritual life, I have met a lot of people have come to me requesting transformation of their life. And some people work on their self, some people leave it halfway. And I also noticed that many people are being led in a different kind of direction. I can't say it's wrong and right, but some of the directions are not positive. Some are positive, some are not positive. So it's up to you to choose. The first you must remember is self-transformation is going to happen inside you, in your consciousness, in your akashic. Most of your informations are retained within yourself, within your consciousness. So the change has to take place inside you and nothing outside you. The moment it takes place inside you, the whole thing will shift. It will shift to a very huge transformation. And for that to happen, you need to understand yourself internally, your internal karma. The first question is, who am I? Why am I here? What's my journey? Why am I put in this situation? We have these questions every time. Why am I put in this situation? Why can't I change? Why can't I have a different life like others? Why can't I have a better life like others? Why others have better foundation and I don't have? Why my parents are like this? That's a very interesting topic. Why my parents stress me up? Why they don't understand me? This is the questions people have. Whatever is happening to you right now, number one is you can understand yourself. You can understand who you are, what's your journey, why you are here, what was your previous karma that I'm talking about, your past birth, what's your present configuration going to be, and how it's going to shape into your future. You can aware of that information and you can understand, you can know those information, you can explore into those information and take it and dismantle those negative manifested karmas. You can do it. There's no way you cannot do it. You can do it. I have helped and guided many people to do it. And I have seen huge transformation in their life. And I will share with you 3 important people who I've helped in the past. And I have seen them shifting and growing, and the cases that I'm going to share with you are the most difficult issues in their life, very painful issues on health front, on emotional front, on physical front. So I will share with you so you will be able to understand. But those issues are not even something that can be seen outside. So when you are born in this world, whether you understand it, whether you don't understand it, there is a planetary configuration happens, the time of your birth, all those moments, how you're going to be born, why you are born this way, what is the reason you are born this way, who are your family, who is your brothers, who is your sister, who is your parents, everything is configured in the chart. Your relationship with your parents, your relationship in your working area, your health front, your emotional, your relationship with your partner, your life partner, what type of person, which is the area in which direction you should live in the earth, what will suit you, what will not suit you, what kind of career will uplift you. Most of us have a certain kind of combination in our horoscope where we'll reveal what kind of career suits us. And if you touch those areas, and automatically you will go upward. And because it is already there, those combinations are there. So it is always inside you, and you have to take it out. At the end of the day, it's all in your consciousness. Then from inside, and you bring it forward, how you can shift it to forward. So the first self-transformation will take place in realizing. You need to realize your weaknesses. Why you have to realize your weaknesses? Your weaknesses are the one who's going to give you the liberation. Your weakness are your liberation. Identify your weakness every time. Write it in a paper and go back to each one of those weaknesses and liberate those weaknesses. If you wake up very late every day morning, there is one weakness. So I'm not able to wake up early. So I'm going to try to wake up early. And in fact, to share with all of you, there are also planets connected to that particular act of life. Why such people, they don't get to wake up early, and what happens to them, that also is being revealed there. So all of these informations are basically revealed in your horoscope, planetary configuration. Then you take that out and you study. So now I want to go into certain important things. What is important, why you should understand your own personal birth chart. Because there are a lot of secrets are hidden in the birth chart. And the secrets are always about who you were in your past and what you haven't completed. Your completion is very important. And what was your desire and what you have not achieved. And every single time in our transmigration of birth and death, we always come back to complete what we haven't done. And there are different kind of birth, different kind of situation, different kind of planetary configuration, which will explain to us what happened to you in the past. Unless someone comes to me and says they have a very unique situation at the present life, but when I go deeper into their configuration, I will be able to see that all of these things are happening because of the past configuration. And also present is also very important, because you are carrying that weight of the past and you think how I can shift it. So now you can write down these important factors, very important factors. You must always understand your planetary configuration. What is balanced to you and what is not balanced to you. What is positive and what is not positive. What you can shift, what you cannot shift. And how can you shift? And what are the depth of the situations in your horoscope? If it is health, why this health has taken place and how can I heal myself? And how can I heal myself? And then to understand this, you have, of course, everybody can't be a astrologer or reader to read how it's been placed. But to understand horoscope, there is a kind of a spiritual connection and spiritual energy takes place there. Because at the end of the day, all these are secrets that lies in the universe. And these secrets, for it to reveal to you, it needs certain level of sacrifices. Now I'm going to take you to a part where how can you identify? Number one, first identify your horoscope configuration. Identify what are the key things in your life troubles you, because these things will constantly trouble you. in your consciousness, what are the things that troubles you? Connect to the things that troubles you. And then write down those troubles. Connect to somebody who can read your horoscope in depth. After that, you go back and after reading that and see what you need to correct. These are basic what I'm giving you, what you need to correct and how you can correct it. How deep is those corrections needed? What are the secrets that you need to uplift and shift so that you can have a better life? So the first life that you should have is within yourself. There is one very important factor that shapes us into this person is because I see that many people not able to be truthful within their own self. They are not able to accept the weaknesses of ourselves. Desire is one of a very important thing that finds it very difficult to heal yourself. I also notice a lot of energy in many of you. Some of you are very, very clear. Some of you are not clear. Some of you are stressed. Some of you are lost. Can I hope all of you allow me to have a small healing with everyone. Can I do that? Heal? Okay. Just stay there and let me just, I want to throw some healing back because I want to see. Okay. And I want everybody to smile. Yeah, smile, because that's your inner happiness, which you all hide. You know how positive smiling is? In the moments when even you make a lot of mistake, you smile, you look very beautiful. Because you see, you are created with a lot of love, with a lot of goodness. And all these 5 elements worked on it, creating you and bringing you back here. And just look at yourself. You have become a person, you have become complete, you become beautiful, you reach out to a lot of people, you connect with a lot of people, you work, you touch many people's life. So every one of you have a lot of positive energy within you. But don't hide those energies. Each one of you are potentially divine. You need to understand that, you need to believe that, and you need to have it in your heart. And each one of you have right to be here, and each one of you have right to have a very beautiful life. And what is this beautiful life we are talking about? Beautiful life does not come from outside. I'm telling you, everything outside has an imperfection. The perfection is inside you. That is very much inside you. If you get a glass of hot chocolate in a very cold weather with a warm blanket, that is perfect emotion. And what touches your heart? You feel so comfortable. It's wonderful. It's comfort. So the simplest warm drink makes the inner heart comfort. So the whatever happiness that you want, it takes place here in your consciousness. It never takes place outside of you. It takes place inside of you, very much inside of you. Connect yourself more with the universe. And what is this universe we talk about? You are a part of the universe. Everything around you is a part of the universe. When I'm out, I speak with everything around me. I allow everything to connect with me. And I don't feel anyone or anything is bad or anything is evil, anything. We all have lesser and greater senses, consciousness, goodness, bad from another person. So it makes us all same. We all are same. We all are same in the same boat. Just the vessel, the kind of vessel we take, the kind of weapon we use are different. So the most important weapon you must use every day. Tell me, what is the most powerful weapon you have? There are 3 weapons. First weapon is love, gratitude, and compassion and kindness. These are very important weapons. And these weapons, remember, will help you to dismantle your deepest secret karma. Whoever you are today is because of what has happened in the past. The moment you were born, okay, today I am born. And whatever I do, the karma will be manifested. Whether it's good, whether it's bad, whether it's positive or negative, it will be manifested. Now, when I leave this body, unfinished work, there are a lot of unfinished desire inside us, unfinished, unsettled speech. There are a lot of times you want to explain to people something, or someone has made you angry. You want to say, all these unfinished things, it's all reside inside me. So I have to carry all this unfinished emotion, unsettled emotion, unsettled desires, and I carry this and I will manifest myself in my next birth. And when I manifest, and these things are already manifested, it will sit there. It will sit and wait for you in the universe to come. And for me, I can identify from your planetary configuration what manifested in your life. There is something called repetition of manifested karma. Most of the time, it will come back. This karma will be re-manifested. You will have the same situation. And you will ask yourself, how come I'm going through this? Sometimes you will make mistakes. If you, for example, I'll give you one small, tiny example. A very common example, I'm not touching anything sensitive. It's about relationship with people. If you notice, we will have many broken relationships. We will not be able to handle relationship. And we will say, oh, that person doesn't understand. I don't understand. It's very difficult. This is difficult. If you look at it, it is focusing on the 7th house of your horoscope that is all connecting to your emotional relationship in your life. And that will play a very strong role. And if you dismantle karma connecting to those informations, then you can stabilize your relationship, your present relationship with everyone. So I also see some of you, there is also stress, there is also confidence, there is also confusion, there is also doubt. Everything is there. So whatever you are manifesting today or tomorrow or next moment, you have to be very careful. So how does this karma actually happens? Through your mind, through your speech, through your intention, through your act. Act will become the final one. Even through your speech, it becomes very painful. I understand life will be very, very challenging every day. If you look at it, every single day of our life is very challenging. And each one of you have different challenge. right? You see, you have to understand one important message, that you will not be able to change anyone around you. Not your wife, not your husband, not your children, not your mother or father, your staffs or anybody. You can't change because they have another journey, but you can change yourself. So what is this change you must bring? What is this transformation you should bring to yourself? Number one, keep peace within yourself. How can you cultivate this peace? What's the secret of peace? Secret of peace is bringing a balance to yourself. Bring that balance to yourself from inner yourself. So how will you bring the balance? By understanding your own weaknesses will bring the balance. You have to understand your strength and your weakness. Understand your strength and weakness. So now I'm going to go back into few important factors of what you should do, why you should do this. The first is the art of correction. How can you do my art of correction? You can write it down, art of correction. What is art of correction? To find out, to do art of correction is to find out what are your weaknesses, what is your strength, where is your strength in your career, where is your strength in your emotion, what can you give people, what you need for yourself. All these you need to identify and see what are the blocks that you have in your present life. And I'll tell you one secret. This, of course, I do this every time. We call it in Sanskrit, Nimida Lakshana. Means that every second, wherever you are, whatever you are doing, everything, every moment, the universe actually, this is a secret, but you can try it. The universe actually will reveal to you everything all the time. What's going to happen, how it's going to shape, whether it's positive, whether the environment is good, whether the particular issue that you're going to attend is going to be positive, whether you're going to get through this interview, whether your result is going to be positive, whether you're going to be successful, the universe will reveal to you, each one of you. Of course, maybe you are not able to sense them. You're not able to have the inner eye to see them. So all of these are always hidden, but it's within you. It's just around you. For you to judge somebody, I'm saying not judge, for you to understand someone who you are going to work with, whether it's your boss, whether it's your superior or somebody who's going to work for you in your office, including all your bosses, all your superiors, officers, because you need to deal with them. There is a way for you to understand them. Observe everything. Observe everything around you. Observe it, from the colors, from the way the person is, the way the environment is, everything you observe. When you observe everything, the universe will start connecting to you. You can open up the many consciousness are there, dimensions are there within your own self. Every human being have these abilities. You can open up that. But it depends on where you are. If you're always on the surface, then you will not be able to open up. So how can you go to the higher self? Simpler way to go to the higher self, calm your mind. And how can you calm your mind? Through your breath. Calm your mind. It's simple. If the water in the river is very settled and very clear, you can see whatever beneath the water. If the water is very withering and muddy, you cannot see what's inside. So this is your mind. This is your tool. Calm this tool. Create an environment where you can calm yourself. When you do that, if you think you want to do some breath work, you want to sit, focus on a breath work calmly, create a comfortable environment, have some fresh air coming inside, and make sure that you face the northern direction, always north, face north, and connect yourself to the earth. Put a nice, mat, sit on the ground, connect yourself to the earth, because you cannot deny that you are also very much a part of this earth. So the more you connect to this earth, the more connection will come to the earth. Sit on the earth, create a balance, and then do your breath work and calm this mind. As you keep calming this mind, every day make it as a ritual, calm your mind. Either through breath work, either through chanting, calm your mind. When you want to calm, you can play certain music, calm your mind. Bring that calmness. That calmness will reveal your positiveness, your weaknesses. So the art of correction is number one. Find out the blocks in your horoscope. Find out what are the weaknesses in your horoscope. Find out what are the strengths in your horoscope. And find out how can you shift these weaknesses. What you need to do to shift these weaknesses. What I need to do to shift. So how am I going to do it? What I need to give for it. And you can do it. It's possible to do it and do that. And once you understand this, once you dismantle these weaknesses, dismantling certain curses. Curse needs to be dismantled, has to be removed through certain process. And curses can cause a lot of painful experience in your present life. Why? That is what is here. You see, the moment you leave certain word, see, this is a very important tool. Your speech is an important tool. So this speech, this important tool, whatever you say to people, how you give your opinion to people, how you voice out, will be the first karmic act, which happens very, very fast. I'm sure you can understand it in your own life, how you handle with your own relationship, with your children, with your family, how they react. One small thing, people get upset, right? People get hurt. Yes, that's very normal. People get hurt. People feel that the emotion has been disturbed. The understanding has been disturbed. So your speech has to be very, very careful. Your speech will reveal about how you speak from your second house of your horoscope. How you will act when somebody tells you something, or how will you express yourself? How will you scold, or how will you be gentle? Always, you see, the lot of things in life we cannot do it, but there is one art of practicing. Practice that. Make it a habit. Make it a habit to address people in certain way. Make it a habit to speak to someone in certain way. Maybe we are not there yet. No one will be perfect. We are not there yet. But by practicing, oh my, hi dear, how are you? Every day you ask the people. Some people, maybe you are not very happy with them. Yes, we cannot be happy with everybody. We are humans. So practice it. Practice and practice and practice. what happens, that becomes you, that becomes your inner self, that will create shifting. Why I am telling you to practice? Because you see, you will not be able to help or correct if in case someone gets upset with you, deeply hurt with you. Sometime you will know, sometime you do not know. But how can you heal that? Because this particular karma will carry very, very strongly to the next birth. The hurt karma. This is called the art of completion. So you need to complete your karma with somebody. For example, you're going to see someone. You know this person's act is wrong, and if you tell this person, they are not going to be happy about it. But remember, this is a very important karma many people do not practice. You go with them, sit with them, and choose your words very beautifully and express to them with a lot of care what you feel right and wrong. But leave the decisions with them. Okay, now what happens to you, the karma? You have completed your karma in that particular act of life. You finished it. Whether the other person accepted, digested, or he or she going to take the next action, it's all right. But you need to leave the information to that person. So you don't keep that karma hanging. You must complete the karma. And if you need to say sorry to somebody, if you need to apologize to somebody, doesn't matter how long it takes. If you can't see face to face, it's all right. Write a card. Send a small rose. Write a card. Write a beautiful email. Choose some beautiful word. You know why? This forgiveness is more important to you than even anybody for that person. Maybe that person doesn't want your forgiveness, but it is important to you because you can't have this karma going to be re-manifested in your next time. No, remove it. Say sorry to them if you need it. Explain it beautifully. Whether they have accepted it, they have not accepted it, it's fine. Doesn't matter. But you need to settle it every time. Don't wait. Why this is important? Let me tell you. Because you see, every time a karma is manifested, it will float in your own energy around you. And what happens is, it will touch important part of your life, your growth, your happiness, your balance. It will always disturb your balance. Someone's pain will disturb our balance. Someone's hurt will disturb our balance. Everything that happens around us is not because of somebody else. It's because of us. It's always because of us. How we handle it, how we shift it, how we understood it, and how we react to it. That is a very important act. Whenever you are hurt, please hold yourself back. Don't react during the time you are hurt. That's not you. That's your emotion. That's your senses. You feel, I need my rights. I have to be this. I have to be that. No, this is not right. So hold your horses. Stay back. Stay back. Don't say anything. Take time. Be calm. Take a day or two and then voice out beautiful words to them. You know why? Every single person you meet on this earth, do not create any karma with them. No. The lesser you do it, it's better it is. Every time you meet a person, you settle it in the most beautiful manner, like mother and daughter. Your daughter may come to see you, talk to you, and after that, you may have a discussion, and you may have few words and very uncomfortable words, and you may just say, okay, I'm done. I have a lot of things to do. I don't want to talk. But there's a lot of pain inside, very unsettled. And I think this experience everybody have. So go back when you're calm and explain and settle it and leave it to them, their choices. Your peace is always very important to you, because your peace and your calmness, your comfort and your decision and what you let go, what you settle with people will reduce the karma that will ever be manifested in yourself. To avoid re-manifestation of karma, settle every moment you have the moment with people, settle it. Even if it's your son or your daughter or whoever it is making certain mistake, say it in a nice way and leave those decisions with them. Don't carry that pain in your heart. No, you must not carry the pain. So, it's an important thing. How can I forgive them? There are a lot of people do certain things to us. How can I forgive that person? See, you have to understand this journey is very short. Yesterday, when I was in a prayer, in a healing prayer, I the energies explained to me, my goddess explained that this life is very short. She said that we meet our parents, we meet our children, our partners using this body right now. After some time, we will lose this body. And when this body goes off, this person becomes a soul and you become a soul. You do not recognize each other. There are some karmas that we both come together and we meet in this journey. And once this journey is finished, we don't. So while that person is very much alive in front of you with this body, this is the only connection you have to know who is this person to you. You have to honor that time that you are going to be with this person. Honor this time. Respect this moment, especially to your parents, your siblings, your mother, your father. And I'm sure that a lot of people ask this question. I didn't ask to be here. You brought me here. I'm sure a lot of children say this to the parents. But the truth is, no. The truth is no. They did not bring us here. They accommodated us. We chose our journey back here. We all are given time to choose. We choose our parents according, see, whatever you have done in your past, your karma is manifested here. So you need this particular person, the person A, need to come back to the earth. Now, when this person is coming back to the earth here, he needs the correct kind of parents, correct kind of situation for the karma to manifest and settle. You may have a desire, you may have a very powerful desire to become somebody. In your past birth, you may not have got that. So you will come back here with a parent who will allow you to manifest whatever desire you had in your past. So they don't choose you, you choose them. You actually choose them. So if some of you, your parents are still with you, some of you, your parents are not with you, one of the first wonderful thing will happen to you if you accept this suggestion from me is that if you're not in talking term with your parents, write a beautiful card for them. Doesn't matter if it doesn't come back to you. It doesn't matter if they don't reply to you. Just write to them and tell them that you're very grateful to have them throughout this time and helped you to come to this earth to enjoy whatever you need to enjoy. If your parents are no more there, close your eyes, connect with the universe, and say a small prayer in your heart. Tell them inside your heart, wherever you are, you are a part of the universe as well as I am. And I want you to know then how happy I was to have you and to have me with you, and say thank you to them. It's very important for you to do that. And that one act of your life, if you can do it, will bring a lot of positive energy into your life. You will bring a lot of positive energy into yourself because you are expressing gratitude to them. You are expressing your kindness to them. You are expressing your love to them. Because whatever karma that was negative, it will heal. So whatever you are manifesting is so, so important. And I see it in my spiritual experience every single day. Every single day I experience this manifestation in people's life. I see every time they repeat karmas. And very sad to see that, but they do that. Some listen, some do not listen. So I want you to do completion with yourself, with everybody around you. Every single day. Don't keep anything. Don't carry any more baggages. No more baggages. Today, your life is about reducing your baggage. You see, if you want to climb a mountain, if your baggage is so heavy, you will still, but you will struggle and struggle and struggle. If you have no baggage and you're climbing a mountain, how would it be? It will be lighter. So I was shown this scene in one of my healing sessions. You have to be like the feathers in the wind. When the feathers are wet, heaviness, and they lie still in the ground, they can't move. You can't go higher and higher, higher to other level of spiritual enlightenment and spiritual awakening and spiritual expansion of your own self, your consciousness, expanding your consciousness of your own self. Because you are just like the feather. So if you have a lot of karma, you can't uplift yourself further. You have to be light. You have to be very, very light. Then you can go higher and higher and higher. And it's very easy for you to travel higher. I'm going to go to the other art, the art of shifting. When you remove, when you correct, after correcting, you identify and do the correction. After you identify and do the correction and do the completion, after you complete everything and the shifting, what happens is a lot of people's life will shift. When they remove karmas, when they shift karmas, their life will shift automatically. I have seen that in many people's life, their life shifts. They change. They have better job. They have more stable relationship. They have better health. I had someone who's supposed to amputate his arm in an accident. So I guided him, and eventually nothing happened to his arm, but he was hurt in just the finger, and he lost his nail. And he was completely fine. He lost only his nail, not the arm. So you see, there's a karma has to take place, but it depends on what's going to take place. Whether you're going to lose an arm or you're going to lose a nail. And the nail grows back. So that's shifting. You need to shift. So how can you shift? You can only shift it by understanding your blocks, correcting your blocks, clear your block, and then do whatever you need to do to heal that part of your life, and then you can shift it. And after you shift it, trust me, you can go into a process of establishing more powerful, positive energy into your life's journey. When I say life's journey, means positive journey connecting to your relationship. Where is your weakness? And connect to those weaknesses. So I'm going to give you some interesting examples, not examples, sorry, interesting information about some of life journey of few people who I have guided and healed. There was one girl. She was an handicap, because this is a very interesting thing, very interesting information. But because if you compare yourself with her, you all might be more greater than that person. She was an handicap, and when I met her, she was 52 years old. So she was an handicap in the sense that she had epilepsy fits. So when she had that from 2 months old baby, and eventually she could not have a normal life because she was on heavy drugs. So because of constant heavy drug, she could not go to school, normal school, and her speech was also trouble. She could not speak properly. She had all this challenging part, and she grew. And eventually she went to a special school just to do the basic things. And but somebody has to tell her. But her mother is very old. She's about 89 years old, and the mother has to be there to take care of her, to guide her, because she can't do things by herself. So I happened to just see her when I was in a conversation with one of her family members. She just came into the screen and said hello to me. When I saw her, I noticed another spirit, another energy around her. So I happened to ask, I am seeing another energy around her. Who is this energy? So, so the family member wanted me to go through her this thing. So I looked at her. Then when I saw her planetary configuration, she had some very interesting locked energy in her 8th house. So I went through understanding her horoscope, doing a deep search. And I found out that the time of her death, in her previous time, she had a very, very crude, scary death. So that carried in her consciousness very strongly. And whatever consciousness she had, the form of the person, whoever it was, it carried very strongly and it stayed in her consciousness. So when she was 2 months old, she used to have, every time she had a lot of fear. So the fear was because she could see the vision and experience in herself the emotions and the visions of her death, a scary death. Whatever happened to her at that time, she could see and she could feel that. So it went on, and as a small child, she can't express or she can't tell. So that this continued for a long time, and eventually she became a very, very difficult person for herself. All the handicap and all the speech, everything became worst for her. And then what I did, I removed the karma connecting to her death in her previous birth. I did about one first healing. She was better. Then I did a second healing. And then I traveled back to where she was in a different country. And then I healed her again. And when I met her, she was 52, and she was trying to have conversation with me. She could walk and everything, but trying to have a normal conversation. Everything has to be said. And then I noticed that during the time of death, the person who caused the death had a lot of anger, a lot of curse. So she had a curse and a crude consciousness connecting to her death. So I dismantled this, and then I healed her karma completely. I did 3 healings for her. After the 3 healings, now today, the last I did completed the healing was in 2019 in September. I finished all my 3 healings with her. She started taking 80% of the responsibility in the house. And she started ordering the food, the grocery. She started cooking, and she was taking care of her mother. And now the mother had a surgery, and she's taking care of everything. And the greatest thing is that she's able to pray, she's able to chant, and she has got huge transformation, because the family was so worried that she can't look after herself. She needs someone to support her all the time. She can't be on her own. Now she can be on her own. She can do all the basic things. She can move on. That was what I helped with this child. So these when you look at yourself or this person has a lot of complicated issues compared to someone like us. And there is another person, another chart, who is also a very close friend of mine. Is very interesting. Within a duration of 6 months, okay, this particular thing I'm going to tell you that how planetary configuration can work on yourself, how it can affect or how it can work, and how you can understand it. He started a duration of his 8th house, and he had a planet called Mars planet in his 8th house. And it's a very fiercing energy. So within starting of the whole period is about 8 years, 7 years. And within 6 months, the period started. Within 2 months, the moment the period started in February, in March, he had a fall and he had a first accident. And from that duration to about 7 months, he had 6 major surgeries. And we are not talking about normal surgeries. It started with a crack on his leg. And later he went back to check, and the whole bone marrow was damaged. It went up to kidney, and they found a small growth in the kidney. They had to remove the kidney. Then it went deeper, where he was about to lose his entire leg because of cancer. So I was traveling, and it was a very painful situation. So what I did healing. I constantly did healing for him every single day. And after that, I gave him the strength to go for, I healed all his planetary configuration. I told him to go for the surgery. So we were finding one of the best doctors who can save his entire leg. We are talking about the whole leg. From the pelvis, they're going to remove it. So finally, after the healing, he found a doctor who can save. So the entire bone inside the leg was removed, including the knee, and then they placed an artificial structure there. And after that, he healed. The cancers were not there. And every 6 months, he has to go for his test. Everything is cleared. There's no regrowth of those tissues. He can walk now. He can drive now. He's back in his office. He has, of course, he has a little bit of lesser life in the sense that maybe he can't do many other things, but he can walk, he can drive, he can do a lot of things. And he has got a huge life transformation after this experience. And the only thing is there's no regrowth of cancer. The cells are not there, and he's gradually healing himself. So how certain planets can cause major sickness and illness into your life, it is also shown. What I advise people, in case you are going through certain health issues, heal your planets, which is causing those health issues. What happens is it will help you to recover and clear that particular disease. It will definitely help you to clear that particular disease, and it will help you to recover. You may not be perfect, but you will be fine. So if you ask me, why does this thing happens? At the end of the day, it's whatever karma that's been manifested in that particular position, that's your 8th house. All connected to your health is on your 8th house, and the 8th house will show what's the position of your health, and it will reveal. So I'm going to leave now the other part, that is, I had this one very wonderful person that I've met, and who also I've healed a lot. She was working and her career was very unstable, and she was struggling all the time in her life. And I guided her how to shift her life, and she started healing her life and started shifting. And she never had a home. She was renting a small place, and within a less than 2 years, she bought a beautiful home, and she has different kind of positions now. She uplifted herself in her career very far. She's got many promotions. She has a very peaceful journey. In the most toughest moments of her life, she healed herself. She started working on healing herself, and she created a huge transformation herself. She is very successful today. I met her in 2018. And there's a huge transformation, confident, and she takes care of a lot of people. What I'm trying to tell you is that everybody have a very beautiful life ahead of you. But there are a lot of question marks, what I can do and how I can shift it. First, find out what is your weakness, what is your block. Identify those blocks, identify those weaknesses. Identify where are the things that you can shift and how you can correct, and work on that very strongly. And you can shift that to a different position. You can bring a huge transformation to yourself, to everyone around you. You see, it's always about us. It's always about who we are. If you go, whenever people talk to us, people talk about a situation happen, it's always about us, how we react. It's not what someone has said to you. It's about how we react to that situation, plays a greater impact in our decision and karma compared to what someone says to us. Yeah, somebody must have made a mistake, but how we are reacting to that emotions, or how we are reacting to that situation, will play the role back to us. That's how the impact come back into our life. It doesn't happen very fast, but eventually that's what comes back to us. So I want to ask, who are the people who have questions? Let's look into your questions. What are the questions that you have? You can